So, what do you think are the benefits of people that want to get into podcasting, Trevor? Because I've heard a few, and I've experienced quite a few of them. But what do you see as the benefits for starting a podcast?
Yeah, I think the number one benefit is being able to network with people that are on your show. And I think that, for me, that was a big learning curve, at least when I had my own podcast, of being able to have these successful individuals on. If you go to someone, whoever you might look up to, whatever industry you're in, and you go to them and say, hey, can we have a quick 15, 30-minute phone call? They're most likely going to say, no, get out of here. But if you said, hey, can you know, come on my show, we'll have a quick 15, 30-minute podcast interview, I'll promote you to my audience, then I find that people are way more receptive, and it allows you to get sort of in with the sort of people that you want to talk to, and sort of establish yourself as an expert, within your industry. If you're having a podcast, let's say you're just beginning, as an entrepreneur, and you talk to entrepreneurs who are, 10 levels above you, just having your name associated with that person is going to allow you to sort of elevate, and people will start to see you being associated with that person. And then you can go out, like you mentioned, Jeff, like there's so many different forms of content that you can create. With a blog post, you can pretty much only create, just that blog post, and then you publish it. You might run it through an email list, put it on social media. But with a podcast, we could do this interview, you could post it, you could, possibly take multiple snippets from it, put it on social media, create a blog post out of it, using a transcription service, social media content. There's just so many different avenues, where podcasting is just not just one dimensional, where, you can pretty much take your interview that you've done and then use it in so many different areas. And I just don't know any other sort of form of marketing that allows you to do that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm basically a content marketer. And content, when you look at podcasting with clear eyes and realize that you can create literally a dozen different types of content around the podcast, just from the one event, you go, I could really create some content that can scale. And that's, that was one part of it. The other one that that pushed me to start was the relationship building side. And I've been in this industry as in social media marketing, digital entrepreneurship, and writing about it since 2009. For me, it was actually being able to meet some of my heroes as well, people that have changed the world in their own way, in their own niche, from France to the USA to people living in Malta to New Zealand to Australia to Massachusetts. So what is really fun about it is this relationship building and nurturing that adds a whole new layer. And what's not to like about having a fireside chat from the other side of the world with a person that is passionate about what they do. And that's what I love about it. Number one is the way you can build relationships through podcasting. And then the benefits flow from there. And that's one of the things I said, well, it's now time to take what I'm doing to another level. And the podcast was started because of that.